his fan base doesn't understand this, or they don't care. And that's what blows my mind. Like, you have no interest in the truth at all, really? Like, a sense of community. A sense of community is all you care about? That, like, this is it? This is your entire interest. It starts and ends with whatever the Ethan Klein is focusing on that day. But the other thing that I was like joking about last night was this. Ethan is apparently still constantly obsessively posting about me. And one of the things that he posted was a now deleted tweet from Twitter that I don't know where he even found it, of my tweet from December 15, 2016. Oh, hey, everyone, it's time to care about dead babies in Syria. Social media told me so. Now, at first glance, if you are not insanely motivated to assume that I don't care about the prospect of dead Arab children, for example, and if you're like an obsessive stalker, you might actually assume I'm saying that, you know, you shouldn't care about dead Syrian children. Of course, as I have repeatedly talked about here, this is more so about the idea that, like, nobody cares about dead children in Syria, and they should. And it's really fucked up that it's until it's far too late do people even entertain the notion of talking about dead children in Syria, just because it's a social media movement. Now, why am I saying that? It's because I'd written extensively on the subject matter, including my video at the time, We Must Help Syrian Refugees, posted on the Young Turks YouTube page one day after it was actually published originally on Facebook. This was tweeted during the height of the bombardment of eastern Aleppo. The side of the city was being besieged. The Assad regime, Iran, and Russia indiscriminately bombed civilian spaces, hospitals, bakeries, and schools. Over 22,000 civilians were killed, at least 5,200 of whom were children. That was my point. My point was that people did not care about Syrians. People did not care about what Assad was doing. People did not care about the plight of Syrians. But, like, why? Why do you post something like this? Why do you post something like this implying that I actually, in 2016, was, pro-Assad or something, or pro-dead Syrian children or something? Well, you only do that because, you know, you yourself don't give a fuck about dead Arab children. You kind of like it because you like Israel. I said, with the image description, I said, moronic Zionist falsely assumes I too must not care about dead Arab children, like the state he defends, by using tweet out of context from December 15th, 2016. And then my actual coverage on the issue from December 15, 2016, posted a day later. And what's crazy is his proof against social media told me to do so is the Young Turks page telling him to do so. That's me, man. My reply guys are so f***ing stupid. Who's the person who tweeted that? I blacked out the account. It was a random account that tweeted that probably deleted it too. Because they most likely found out the context of why I was saying that and felt bad. But that didn't stop Ethan from using it as a smear, as a gotcha, ironically enough. Now, of course, while I was, as I've shown you my coverage on this before, my coverage on Syria before, back in 2016, again, a lot of these guys don't understand. They don't care about politics. They've never cared about politics. They will never understand politics. For them, it's just like a simple f***ing haha gotcha, right? And there are plenty of people in their audiences who also don't care about politics, so it's very easy for them. It's very digestible. You make this very digestible when you do this shit. And unfortunately, the apolitical masses, the masses that perceive themselves as like being above caring about politics, will ride with this shit. Yeah, this is perhaps a decent way of ending this conversation. This was tweeted during the height of the bombardment in Aleppo. When people mention a random tweet you had about Syria forever ago and think you don't care about Syrians, please put a moment of this on the screen. Oh yeah, we must help Syrian refugees. When I said, oh, hey, now the world cares about Syrian children, which is a tweet that an American Enterprise Institute government stooge always points to all the time to say that I don't give a f about Syria. I literally was writing this article at the time, and I was mad that people didn't give a f about Syrian refugees. It is a completely and utterly contextless tweet to post when I literally have documented... Like, when I have personally time and time again, defended refugees across the board. Defended people's lives that have been destroyed. That's what's so crazy. But these people would rather live in a lie. Yeah, this is the OG everyone. Tweet. It's time to care about dead babies in Syria. Social media told me so. Yeah, to all the idiots commenting, Hasan was frustrated that people don't care about these atrocities unless it's trendy to do so. He'd been talking about Syria for years and released many cries about it, including this one from 6 years ago. Yeah. This is the big slam dunk that people have where they're like, no, you don't understand. He's actually pro-Assad. I saw someone use that. Yeah. If you go back and watch that video, you will realize, like, I'm criticizing the Assad regime and its practices in 2016 during the conflict that was unfolding. So what was Ethan Klein doing at that time, though? That tweet is evidence that you were, because he was a podcaster at that time, right? Assad is glad to know the full context. Yes, dude. If someone tells you that I am in favor of, why do you think people who don't like you give you any benefit of the doubt? I mean, it's not the people that don't like me, but it is definitely other random people that probably are confused by it. What was Ethan doing at that time?
Syrians are dying. Why does that not get more attention than a literal car roadster being launched into outer space? Sorry, one's way more interesting.
It's true.
It's so crazy because I didn't even, like, I had no understanding of Ethan Klein at that point beyond, like, Vape Nash, right? And he's, like, literally, it almost feels like he's responding to me back in 2016. Like, what the f are we doing? Like, I was responding to the guy all the way back in 2016. And now look at this. In 2025, he's using this as an own. When people mention Iran,
Syrians are...
Well, this was his take back then. It's always projection. And it fucking... And it's crazy because, like his fan base doesn't understand this or they don't care. And that's what blows my mind. Like, you have no interest in the truth at all, really? Like, a sense of community. A sense of community is all you care about? That, like, this is it? This is your entire interest. It starts and ends with whatever the f Ethan Klein is focusing on that day. They always have to misinterpret your stances to argue against them. Interesting. Exactly. And it's so strange because it's like all you're doing is basically lying to a broader audience about what my f***ing worldview is. Okay? Like, I don't care about disparaging Ethan. Okay? I know that his fan base does not realize that because, again, projection, they care about disparaging me. I don't care about disparaging Ethan. I don't give a shit. He's done plenty awful things on his own that people have documented a million times over, and his fan base clearly doesn't give a shit about any of that. And that's fine. But, like, I'm a political commentator. What use do you have constantly lying about my political perspective? This is what I will never understand. It's like it doesn't make sense to me at all. Amber said it best. Beware of people entering communities primarily for community. Oh, entering politics primarily for community. You get shit like Destiny and Ethan. Yeah. It's one of the funniest aspects of this. And it's one of the most commonplace things I hear from people who are like, I'm a former fan. And as a former fan, I couldn't believe like how much Hasan's points changed throughout time. It's like, I'm one of the most consistent political commentators, dude. What the f are you talking about? This is just stan culture masquerading as like politics. And it's so damaging the discourse, so damaging the political discourse. I saw a tweet, I think it was Ested that posted about this, where he was like, everything is stan culture. Everything. But like, ultimately, the goal here is to spread a political message. The goal here is to spread a political message. And all these guys do is just like enter this arena without any sort of interest in spreading a political message at all. And they end up leaving the sphere of discourse in ashes. It's very, very, very frustrating to have to deal with this all the goddamn time. Oh.
Like, he can't go and... You think he's going to go...
Well, also, more people are obviously more willing to give to a cause that's going to a good cause versus some dude's lawsuit.
Yeah, totally. That too. But like at the end of the day... It's awesome. Yeah. I think it's great. I love it. These guys are the...
You are way too kind to this freak. I'm not. He's out of his mind, dude. Bro, he positioned himself as being against funding, like fundraising for a cancer charity. When D-Man says you hide your power level all the time, he's lying to his audience, but also sniping at you, laughing at how blatantly he can lie, and is trying to rile you up. Yeah, I mean, he has his own self-inflicted wounds that he must deal with, okay? Yeah. Dan doesn't baby Ethan Klein. Notice how he starts ignoring Dan when he isn't agreeing with him? I know. Anyway, whatever. I mean, this is villain shit. This is villainous shit. It's also incredibly stupid. What is this? Oh, yeah, I saw this, the petite feet thing. I'm laughing so hard. I've been seeing the screenshot going around and I never open. I'm losing it. Like, this is the kind of shit we post on Hasan Twit out of love for our demure diva. Petite feet, feminist steps. Sounds like a lady when he's walking in the room. He will spend hours and hours talking about me. And then when I respond, he'll go, oh, you're so obsessed. And when I say, hey, man, we can have a discussion if you want, as I've suggested numerous times, his fan base literally shuts off that counter. They just don't. They're like, nah, it's so much better if we just keep screaming from our hug box. Moron. He would have to forcibly concede on a lot of positions to maintain his intellectually curious stance. Like he's apolitical, right? That's it. You need to call them cowards. They can't hide from that. They are, but it doesn't matter. And debating isn't always productive. It's kind of glorified. I know. But like there is only so much. There's only so much like back and forth I'm willing to entertain over clips where I will say like, yeah, look, let's do it. Let's have a conversation. You want to talk shit? Let's do it. Let's have a normal, productive conversation face to face. And there is a reason why they don't want to do that. And the reason why they don't want to do that is because they recognize that they would look like silly fools.